we're the Dean Project, and we're going to be talking about some juicy things that went down on YouTube last week as we discuss the YouTubers of the week. That's right, who did great, who did greater. We're dishing out some grade A beefy points. Now we're coming in strong, okay, at 10th place. Normally this guy's picking up more than just 1 point, but we're talking about Brad Hall, who was currently, the #1 creator here on the Dean's list. So let's just see if he can keep that #1 spot clinched. I know his knuckles are tight holding that #1 spot. He had a video where he was like, are the Jordan Racer Blues, could they pass for, the Jordan 1 Dior's that are coming out? And the way that he discovered that you could pass them as that was very funny. I'm not going to ruin it. Go check out his video. All right, now coming in here at number 9, we got Critical. He's picking up 2 points for talking about panic buying Animal Crossing. He did a Doom review. There was a pie face video he watched. He talked about real superheroes, but most importantly, he touched on the big thing that's going on YouTube right now, the big thing that everyone's talking about on YouTube right now, the thing that I could dedicate probably a whole video to right now, but I'm not. He talked about the iDubbbz Simp war situation that first started on Twitter, carried over to his Reddit, and now it's just like all over all the internet. And Charlie didn't really have, too much to add to the situation. He just commented on the whole thing. Because now people come to Critical for grade A, cutting edge, Simp war news. At number 8, picking up 3 points, talking about our first time, the internet hoax that happened a little while ago. We got Whang. Now at number 7, picking up 4 points, we have iDubbbz himself. Now if you're not familiar with the whole thing that's going on right now, alright, iDubbbz is regarded as kind of like a golden boy, a wunderkid of YouTube, as it were, and when he does something, people react to it because they hold him so close to his heart. Okay, he can put up a video where he's separating nuts from other different kinds of nuts and get millions and millions of views, and that's good because he's a fucking legend. And this thing that went down with iDubbbz was his girlfriend opened an OnlyFans. Okay, and like his fans went so crazy. Some people were just making jokes about it, but other people were like, "You ruined my life, iDubbbz. How could you? How could you do this?" And I don't know, man. I don't know why it's like that big of a deal. I mean, sex work is sex work. Some people are cool with it, some people aren't. If he's cool with it, he's cool with it. I mean, what the fuck ever, man. I don't give a shit what's going on with him and his relationship. It doesn't affect the fact that iDubbbz is funny. Okay, you got to be able to separate the art from the artist. Even if you think that he's a dumb simp or whatever, he was a funny guy. And it's not like he's Harvey Weinstein. It's not like he's out there committing like atrocious acts of violence and that kind of thing. He's just iDubbbz, and he just has a girlfriend who puts her like naked body on the internet for people to pay for. I don't think that it's that big of a deal, but he came on. He didn't have to address the whole situation. But the one thing that I want to mention about this whole thing is when you bring on another YouTuber's video to illustrate your point and you just say, we're going to watch this guy, and you don't even like give credit to the guy, I think that's kind of lame. The video that he was showing was from this creator that I've been watching for a little while now. His name is iDubbbz, and he basically did this joke in a video a while ago illustrating the points, like the pros and cons of iDubbbz's girlfriend doing this whole fucking thing. And iDubbbz used that video and that footage to illustrate all his points going through like the second half of his video without mentioning his name. And I think that that's kind of dumb. So I don't like that. But iDubbbz, I hope you get a little bump from this. I watched your response to it. All really cool stuff, man. And that's kind of what the quarantine needs right now. I know we're all sitting home. We're all kind of bored. We need some YouTube drama. And it's about time iDubbbz is hitting us with some fancy-dancy YouTube commentary drama. Okay, coming in at number 6, talking about the eHarmony cat lady accidental troll thing that went on a little while ago. We got WavyWebSurf picking up 5 points. Wavy can really tell a story, okay? He can just find a thing about the internet that happened a little while ago. He'll reach out to some people online. He'll get the information that he needs, and then he'll just tell you a really good story about a thing that you might remember. Or sometimes you don't even remember it. Sometimes you weren't even around for it. But the way that Wavy tells the story is always fun. It's always interesting. And this video is no exception to that. It was good enough to pick him up 5 big old points. Now this is where the points start to get a little bit more beefy. We're talking about another shoe tuber channel, okay? We're talking about some more sneaker heads. We're talking about Mr. Fomer Simpson and the guy behind the camera, Buckets. Now, they know that we're all in quarantine, so they're trying to give us some great sneaker content, and I'm loving it. And they really veered outside their comfort zone with a couple of their uploads last week. Well, at least one of their major uploads, and that was Buckets. Okay, normally behind the camera, he was in front of the camera for a SB Dunk Off-White challenge where he was wearing these SB Dunk Off-Whites for a whole month. You know, it was kind of vlog style, and I really enjoyed it. He had a fucking amazing mullet going on. I loved the mustache. I loved all the camera angles. I loved the behind the scenes of the workshop. It was a great video, enough to pick him up 6 points. Now when Cody Co hits the internet, he likes to have someone by his side some of the times, okay? Sometimes it's his friends, sometimes it's his girlfriend, and this time it was his girlfriend, and they were watching a video of his from way back. It was Couples Cringe. I guess back in the day, Cody Co put out an app on the App Store where it just put a funny caption onto a photo that you had, I guess, and it got to #1, and it made his head really big, and he had an interview with a tech, I don't know, journalist, fucking web, I don't know. It was an interview that happened, and it was very funny. It was very cringy, and to watch them both watch it together, I laughed a whole lot. Now, I don't normally laugh a whole lot through a Cody Co video. I know a lot of people find him to be really super funny, but I don't love him that much, you know? I don't vibe with Cody Co on that high of a level. But for this video, watching these two watch this video, for some reason I got such a kick out of it. I loved it. It picked up Cody Co 7 beefy points. Coming in at #3, picking up 8 points, is a really controversial pick, I'm telling you. We're talking about H3, Ethan Klein. Put out a pretty good video after 9 months of not putting out any kind of video other than his stupid podcast that he does on his podcast channel that isn't any good to begin with. All that aside, he's a funny guy, okay? You can criticize him all day long. You can go Connoroo him all day long. You can leafy him all day long. And yeah, sure, you might have some valid points there. Yeah, sure, he might be a little bit kind of shady and rough around the edges. Sure, whatever. He might be a little bit greedy. Yeah, sure. He's still funny. Now, you know the whole epidemic that's going on around here right now. You know, so Ethan had a funny idea for a skit, but he didn't want to put up just a video of just a 2-minute skit. You need to wrap it up in something. So yeah, sure, he talked about a lot of things that were already on Twitter and that were already on Instagram and were already on YouTube and all over the place, you know. It wasn't anything new that I haven't seen. But then the little skit that he did in the video where it was a rapper flossing with all the toilet paper and sanitizer wipes. I thought it was very funny, man. And I didn't want to love it as much as I did. But Ethan, welcome to the Dean's List. This is your debut to the Dean's List, and you're picking up 8 beefy points. Now, #2, picking up 9 points, we got Gus Johnson. Now, his video last week was, I don't know, it was a very interesting video. I've never seen anything like it. You like blackjack, right? Playing blackjack, it's fun. It's easy. You can count to 21. It's an easy game. You go to a casino, you can play it in the living room. Doesn't matter. Blackjack's a fun little game to play. What's even funner is the way that Gus Johnson presented it last week. Now, it's kind of a simple game, kind of boring to watch, but how can you spice this up? Gus Johnson will show you how. He'll put a blindfold on. He'll throw all the fucking cards on the ground. He'll also throw a couple mouse traps on the ground, and he'll gather his cards in a very scary fashion with so much suspense. Am I going to get a card? Am I going to get a mousetrap? And he was betting his candy supply against his wife, and it was a very entertaining time. When I looked at how like fucking long it was going to be, and I was like, oh man, this is almost a 20-minute video. Am I gonna get through it? Not only did I get through it, I wanted it to continue. I love this video, Gus Johnson. You picked up 9 points. Thank you for entertaining your boy during the quarantine self-isolation times. And it's very weird that Leon Lush hasn't been on this list more often this year. He's taken a long time in between uploads, and that's okay when you're Leon Lush. And last week, his video launched him to the #1 spot here on the Dean's list, picking up 10 of the beefiest goddamn points that I can fucking pull out of my pants. Now what was so great about, what was so good? Okay, what was so good about Leon Lush's video? What could he have done that was so much better than what anyone else did on YouTube last week? It's just Leon Lush. He's just a 30-something-year-old guy cooped up in his room with his mascot little monkey guy. What an idiot. Who cares about what Leon Lush is doing? I tell you what, Leon Lush is awesome, and he did an amazing video last week because it had intrigue, okay? It was like, what's going on here? What's real? What's not real? Let me try to break this fucking shit down for you in a way where it's easy enough for you to digest. You should still go check his video out. That's still my suggestion to you, but let me just kind of give you my interpretation of the whole thing. So a couple weeks ago, Leon Lush puts out this video talking about this like rich wannabe vlogger type person, you know, look how rich I am, I got jets, I got castles, I'm such a rich lady. And it turns out that he got like a tip from someone in an email or a DM to do this thing, all right? What he didn't realize was that he got roped in to becoming an accidental member of this ARG. What's an ARG? He didn't know. I don't know. I don't blame you for not knowing. It's a weird thing called like an alternate reality game, I guess. I don't know if I got all those words right, but it's basically like what's real, what's not. Are these people characters? What's going on here? So I think what ended up happening was the guy who was in like charge of this thing, I think his name was Ben. I think he reached out to all these different people, like who's gonna bite? Who's gonna make a video about my video? Who's gonna make a video? And Leon took the bait, God bless him. And thank God that he did, because now they can use the Leon Lush footage, and Leon Lush can use this footage, and then we can all see what the fuck all this really means as it goes forward. Now, I didn't want to get sucked into like an internet ARG, and I haven't really been, but I'm going to be keeping up with the Leon Lush part of this thing, and I kind of can't wait to see how it turns out. All right, now as we pull out the lead table, we're not going to notice too much change going on. You know, sure, there's like some moving and shaking near the top. There's some new names coming in through the bottom. It's still anyone's game. So let's plop this thing up on the screen, and we'll see that Brad Hall, he is still in a fucking huge lead with 49 points. Below him, we still got Psych IRL with 39 points. I'm looking for a banger, Donna. I'm waiting for one. I just have 10 beefy points in this pocket for you, Donna. I'm just want to just throw them at you. But I can't just do that for no reason. You gotta give me some beefy content. Oh, and then we got Gus Johnson making some noise, making some moves on the Dean's list, just climbing his way up. He is in 3rd place now with 38 points. Just below him, we got Critical, slightly down from last week at 37. Then WavyWebSurf is tied with him right there at the 4th place with 37 points. Then Fantano, he's slowly going down, but I still anticipate big things for Fantano. When list week comes around, all of his Let's Argues, I anticipate that Fantano still has a chance to become YouTuber of the Year. Below that, Leon Lush, you're finally doing it, bro. Just where I see you, all with these names here. This is the crowd that I see you running with, and I want to see you running with them, but closer to the top. Below that, we got Whang and Maddie Matheson and Finn McKenty rounding out the top 10. We got JJ McCullough at 20 points. Now below that, okay folks, there's just like so many names here. There's so many creators that I watch. And then on top of all the creators that actually make the Dean's list and pick up any points whatsoever, there are creators like Atozy, who I watch, who haven't picked up any points yet, but I'm watching. I have them on the back burner. I'm waiting for them to make some noise. I'm waiting for them to open my eyes and be like, oh yeah, creator, you've got it. Anyway, that's the content for today, folks. Thank you so much for watching it. If you liked it, remember to put the like on it, subscribe, do all that stuff. It really helps out the channel. But most importantly, money. All right, so I'm trying to make the YouTube thing happen, and I'm also trying to make the Depop thing happen. So find me on Depop at Wrinkly Vintage and pick up some vintage clothing, why not? And after that, head on over to the Patreon. That's patreon.com/The Dean Project, and subscribe to a tier.